Konnichiwa, Flimsy Lunch Tray here with another video for you, this time in Ranked in the map Trident on Domination. So this Ranked season, as many of you probably know, has been an interesting season for many reasons. Though it seems like it's hard with the matchmaking, as sometimes you can have be on teams that do great. You can be on teams where you feel like the rest of the team's potatoes, and maybe even you yourself potatoed in a few matches really bad, so on and so forth. But a lot of players I've talked to in Discords I'm in, and on Facebook groups, just voicing their frustrations with this season in rank. Some of them have just reached rank 9 or 10, and like it's not worth it after having put so many battles in. So this match in my Massachusetts is actually quite good. I would say it goes favorably. It would be not too great depending on a few factors as the battle will unfold. But right now I'm just trying to provide some AA support to our Benson. He's doing a good job staying close. And if you're playing in ranked as it ends here, well, I think it'll end tomorrow at the day this video will come public. If you're a destroyer, you want to stick close. Once you cross into the cap, just try to stay close if you have a cruiser or battleship coming up behind you, as they can give you some more anti-air coverage. So don't just try to push too solo on your cap. And then also always use that P key. So if you press the P key, that'll turn your secondaries and your AA off, and that will help give you better concealment range from being spotted by air. So right now it looks like most of the enemy team is pushing towards Alpha. We have our Sashio, who just slipped into Alpha. He's going to have a hard time if he sticks around there too long. Or most of us are pressing down from Bravo. And because of this, we really need to push all the way down into Charlie. But we had this low Yang up here that is going to deal us some issues in being able to push up.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
So we got the secondary selected on the low Yang. We really need to kill him as soon as possible. Benson's opening up on him. We have, looks like our Bismarck secondaries as well.
Torpedoes to starboard.
We'll see if I can get some shots off on him here. Granted, preferably you would want to use HE shells when firing at a destroyer, but don't really have a choice in the moment that this unfolded here. Alright, so now I'm not going to go on that island because I'm pretty sure the Loyang may have dumped torps in that direction. So I'm just not going to risk it. I'm going to turn right in here. And I also want to turn right in because I see this Massachusetts is targeting me. Things like salvo of armor piercing. So I definitely want to be angled in towards that. Yeah, so slowing down and turning in really helped avoid all of those shells. So keep in mind, if you see you're just broadside to a battleship and all of a sudden you see, oh, he's pointing at me and he's about to shoot, you can always just, if you're going like say forward, you're going full speed or something, just slow down and then turn in, and that will help bring the nose of your battleship in so you can either angle in or out away from
All stations,
the battleship.
concentrate fire on the target.
So I'm going to shoot this Massachusetts, and now I'm switching to HE because the low Yang has been spotted. It's not too far away. I'm going to want to hug this island when I come around and get some secondaries going on him. Ooh, 2 Citadels, 38,000 on the Massachusetts. Ooh. Yeah. And I know I'm going to be showing some broadside to the Bismarck, the Massachusetts over by Alpha, but I really would rather be nose in at the moment facing the low Yang, and I'm undetected because I had the island between me and the other Massachusetts who's down here at H5, H4.
I need intelligence data.
So Baltimore just popped his radar. We're going to see the low Yang. I'm going to line up a shot here. And I get just trolled by dispersion because none of those shells hit. So he's going to go down close quarters.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
And I'm going to want to start turning in here shortly. Yeah. So Lexington is probably somewhere down around behind the island still. J6, he may be moving up to the west. So now we really need to start
Capture
turning
that area.
in and supporting Bismarck. Yeah, he's not doing too well health-wise. He's on fire. We're taking Charlie Cap, our Graf Zeppelin. Really, he should have stayed closer to us with his push. Like, he should have just been following us down this way, because there's no protection. He's pretty much on his own right now. I see Lexington's coming with torpedo planes, so I'm gonna send up my fighter planes. The armor piercing loaded again. I'm gonna try to hit the superstructure on the enemy Massachusetts. And I'm keeping this island between me and the other players. Let's see what this does. Ricochets. But I'm keeping this island between me and the Mogami, Massachusetts. As I'm trying to be conscious of that with my positioning the whole entire time during the game.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Because I already had them with North Carolina, I had the Bismarck behind me, so...
Dead ahead.
At this point, I've just decided that I'm going to push up, because I don't want to be sitting here with the Massachusetts and Mogami coming around.
Fighter returning to
I want to limit how many other ships can fire at me. So right here, I'm slowed down. I think I was in the middle of deciding here, how do I want to play this? Bismarck and Massachusetts are just a bit far behind. As you can see, of course, our Graf Zeppelin is being hunted by the destroyer now. Yeah, he's below half health, but you know, that secondary build on the Graf Zeppelin, you'll do quite fine. So it looks like that's holding true. Yeah, good hit on the Bismarck for being so far away with Massachusetts dispersion. Yeah, their destroyer stuff are going to go down. So that's a good thing in the sense with ranked. If you are isolated and destroyers hunting you, you can have the upper hand in a Graf Zeppelin secondary build carrier, where in the Lexington it's going to be a bit harder to pull that off. But I'm trying to keep my nose a bit angled in towards both battleships. I'm kind of splitting the line. So my front turret just lost it there. 2,000 on the mass. So I go ahead and repair it. I'm not really worried. They're both firing armor piercing, so I don't think I'm going to be set on fire. The Mogami, Massachusetts are still on the other side of the island. They don't have a shot on me, so. But this Bismarck, I might be getting in. Well, depending on if he's secondary spec or not, I should be in his secondary range already.
problem solved, sir.
I'm staying angled in-ish, but now I just want to get this island between me and him, because I can't stay around here any longer. I need to get, I think, a good hit there from, somewhat of a hit there from the enemy mass, and avoid the Bismarck shots. If you notice, I haven't used any of my heals yet. Massachusetts is broadside to me right now, so that is very good. I'm keeping an eye, seeing what the Mogami and Massachusetts are doing behind me, and I just hope he keeps settling down that way, and that I don't get trolled by dispersion. Again, I'm stopping here, keeping this small island between me and the Bismarck. I have no intentions of pushing out, because that would just be asking for it. But I'm going to pop my spotter planes, as I want to see if that Bismarck's going to come around behind, but I see that he is not. He's kind of turning more out in front of me. I see the Massachusetts coming up from behind, so I'm going to push up a little bit more. I want to keep more of this island between me and him, because I'm pretty sure he's targeting me right now. Secondary set on Bismarck.
Fighter destroyed.
And our Baltimore's chasing the Lexington. Then we have our Benson still alive, as well as Graf Zeppelin.
All stations. Concentrate on the target.
So I've used a heal. Yeah. Pretty good hit there on the Bismarck. I'm going to start opening up secondaries on him. And I've still got this island between the Mogami and the Massachusetts behind me, so I'm keeping an eye. What are they doing? The Mogami's almost dead, and so I'm hoping they kill him. Baltimore still playing chasey with the enemy carrier. And then for me right now, the positioning is important to keep this island between me, the Mogami, and Massachusetts, because I'm limiting how many ships have a firing angle on me. But I'm also holding off the Massachusetts and this Bismarck here. I'm keeping them from pushing up, so I'm keeping their hands tight, which is always really good. If you can keep some ships held up, give my allies a chance to do what they need to do.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
This Mogami is just, I'm surprised he's still living. So I push up a little bit here, but I shouldn't go too much farther. The Massachusetts is starting to come in. We've just lost our Benson to the Massachusetts, so I know that his attention is likely to be elsewhere, so I think I'm going to start reversing back into this island here. Still keeping these two busy. I'm concerned that the Massachusetts might try to rush me. Maybe he'll think about ramming. Maybe they put the Bismarck sailing away, so it's kind of nice. Every time one of them like pushes up, the other one's not pushing up.
Problem solved, sir.
As if they both rushed me, I wouldn't have been able to fend both of them off. But they allow me to do what I'm doing here and just keeping them off my allies. Baltimore still dealing with that Lexington. Get a fire set in the mass. Yeah, so I'm kind of telling, I want my CV to focus on taking out that Mogami, and I'm trying to get my Baltimore to, hey, like, you need to finish off with this Lexington. Because I'm pretty sure if this Massachusetts and Bismarck, if they had decided to, they could have just broadsided the Baltimore a bit ago, but they don't. So again, working in our favor. I'm backing up here. Our Baltimore is finally done. Let's see how much health they finish off with. So 15,000. I guess you can store more planes away. But yeah, so I should be popping another heal here in a minute. I see the Massachusetts is kind of sailing out and around. Bomber planes on the way to the Mogami. I'm really hoping they finish him off. So we're doing good on points. We're at 900 so far. So I go ahead and accelerate here. Oh, he's giving me a nice broadside. Yep. Goodbye. I have 2 fires.
Enemy battleship
Mogami's
destroyed.
still alive. 956 points. With fires out. I'm just waiting, kind of seeing what they're doing. Like, that Mogami just really needs to die. There's no reason he should still be alive. Bismarck's turning back in towards me. There's the Massachusetts. Mass misses me there, so that's kind of nice. So I pop fighter planes. I think I was just wanting to see what the Massachusetts and where the Mogami was. And I'm considering throwing my rear turret to the back to focus on that Mogami. Just because he really needs to die, but I see there's rocket planes on the way, but from the Graf Zeppelin, so he should be able to take care of this. Fingers crossed. Oh, don't. Are you gonna give me broadside too? Yeah. And there's that. So unfortunately, I didn't get a post-battle results screen. I didn't save it since the WoWs we plays don't have it in, and I just forgot to do some screenshots at the end of this battle. But you can see here we ended with 160,000 damage with 2 ships destroyed, and what, 288 secondary hits if you add the 40 that are currently registering on hitting the Bismarck. And 7 fires, which pretty good for holding off these 2 battleships, both the Bismarck and the Massachusetts. Again, if these 2 would have rushed and pushed in on me at the same time together, then I likely would have been able to do what I'd done here and would have died, and the game outcome could have been drastically different. But it's sad that they get to finish off this Bismarck. I'm pretty sure that this would have finished off the Bismarck, though I'm not sure. But so again, I just hope this helps you guys when it comes. This ranked has just been a hard one to play. You can do a decision you think is right, and then it ends up being wrong, or you make a wrong decision and it ends up being right. But just again, stressing in these videos so far, just positioning and how I paid attention to the Mogami, the Massachusetts behind me, also that low Yang in the beginning, possibly torping myself. And yeah, so again, if you enjoyed this and want to keep seeing this content, please subscribe. And looking forward to posting more content as we keep going. Thanks and take care.